Right now, multiple people face homicide charges in connection to a Northside Madison murder. What we know so far. Also, kids in the Wisconsin Dells area get to spend the holiday with a hero. How local law enforcement are reaching out to the community. And we're following a wheelchair basketball invitational that's back and bigger than ever. We take you to all the action. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. Alert day conditions in your first warn forecast, and with that, let's get a look at it with meteorologist Blaze Keller, who joins us out on the weather patio. First off, Blaze, how does it feel out there?
Cold, to say the least. First time kind of being outside all afternoon, and there's definitely a little thin layer of ice here at the News 3 Now studio on the southwestern side of the Beltline. So we're going to continue these alert day conditions pretty much through the end of your Saturday into the early morning hours on Sunday. Again, for that glaze of ice and minor snow accumulations. We're seeing the ice storm warning alerts being allowed to expire in parts of Iowa, but we're still going to be underneath that lighter purple, that winter weather advisory until midnight, so 12 a.m. going into Sunday. And take a look at some of the estimated snow, ice totals on radar 3000. Over 0.3 of an inch in parts of Grant County south of Dickeyville, nearing that amount just outside of Prairie du Chien. And the farther east you go, the lesser amounts it is, but still very slick. I had somebody reach out from the Janesville area asking if they were going to get some ice because it was still coming down as kind of rain. And we'll take a look at temperatures here and talk about why we are getting just that thin layer of ice after taking a look at some of those minor snow totals as well, maybe upwards of an inch in the light blue, kind of hugging the Mississippi River. There was a look at the radar, a lot of green, but keep in mind the atmosphere closest to the ground is probably close to, if not just at freezing. And that's the reason why these raindrops are freezing when they hit the ground. So Janesville, you're at 34 degrees, 32 to our west in Monroe, 34 in Madison, Lone Rock, 33 in Platteville, 32 in Mineral Point. So again, we're going to continue to deal with this wintry mix, this glaze of ice threat through the overnight hours into those early morning hours on Sunday. Temperatures staying right around freezing, and then we're going to climb into the 40s as we go into your Sunday. That's going to help melt this thin layer of ice, and we're going to just deal with some light rain showers to end your weekend. We're going to hang out right around freezing briefly before we warm up pretty much throughout the rest of this evening. And then we're going to stay in those 40s into the start of your next work week. But snow is in the forecast. We'll track that out in just a few minutes.
All right, Blaze, we'll see you then. Roughly 70,000 gallons of oil from a pipeline spilled into the ground in Wisconsin. Officials say the problem was discovered on November 11th in Jefferson County, just 60 miles west of Milwaukee, by an Enbridge Energy technician. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel first reported citing a federal accident report. Enbridge told the newspaper that the spill on the company's Line 6 was caused by a faulty connection on a pump transfer pipe. The Canadian company said the cleanup was ongoing Friday and that about 60% of the oil has been removed. Enbridge said the spill was immediately reported to regulators, though the report by a federal pipeline safety agency said the line was likely leaking for an extended period of time. 2 teens are facing homicide charges and a third is facing charges of harboring or aiding a felon. This after a deadly shooting on Madison's north side last week. The shooting took place on Troy Drive and resulted in the death of 22-year-old Quantrell Vargas. Prosecutors say it stemmed from a planned drug deal. 16-year-old Rylan English, who's being charged as an adult, and 17-year-old Denarian Ward and 19-year-old Deneva Ward appeared in court Friday. Here's what the 19-year-old had to say when asked if he could come up with cash or bail.
Like up to $500 to $1,000, if so. If I don't know, my family is struggling right now. We can't. I can't.
The Neva Ward's bond was set at $1,000. English and Denarian Ward's bonds have been set at $500,000 and $300,000 respectively. Preliminary hearings for all three are set for the day after Christmas. Madison's Police Chief Sean Barnes is reportedly a leading contender for Seattle's top cop position. That's according to Fox 13 in Seattle. Barnes has been seeking opportunities outside of Madison, previously vying for top roles in Chicago and San Jose. Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell has been quietly vetting candidates since May and is expected to announce his decision next week. And the city of Middleton has selected its new police chief after an extensive process. Stephen P. Thompson was selected as the new chief of police. Chief Thompson previously served in a variety of leadership roles for the new Berlin Police Department. Thompson has a master's degree in criminal justice and administrative leadership and training from Northwestern University School of Police and Staff and Command.
I'm still soaking it all in. Excited beyond belief. It's a wonderful thing for my family. I come from a family of teachers. My wife's a teacher, and I'm a teacher myself. I teach college juvenile law and report writing at the Police Recruit Academy.
Thompson will officially take the role January 27th. Law enforcement in the Wisconsin Dells area paired up with children earlier today for their annual Cops for Kids Holiday with a Hero celebration. The event is to continue to bridge the gap between youth and first responders with a day of breakfast, Christmas shopping, and quality time.
And the whole organization's goal is to create that positive impact with public safety. And so by pairing them up with a member of the police department or fire or EMS, a child with that, we gain that positive impact, it really helps, and it truly does work.
This is the organization's 30th year of hosting this event. The third annual Wheelchair Basketball Mad City Invitational returned today. It offers a chance for many para-adaptive athletes to compete right at home. Our Elia Liberté shows us what makes this year so special.
This is Megan Edstead. She's a high schooler from Sun Prairie and has a progressive condition that means she can't feel below her knees.
When I was first diagnosed, I experienced a lot of mental health issues. I didn't get out of bed much.
But she turned that around.
And when I got in that chair, it was like my life lit up. And I just found something new to do and something that I could really excel in.
It's her second year on the Mad City Badgers wheelchair basketball team. And it's the third year of the annual Mad City Invitational.
This is very surreal.
Athletes like Carter Sandstrom travel from all across the state to play on this court.
Stevens Point.
Unfortunately, in wheelchair basketball, there's so few teams. You sometimes have to travel a long way to get to practice.
For Carter, it's worth it.
Just being able to have a place where I'm able to be myself.
The event is put on by Dairyland Sports, a nonprofit dedicated to supporting and creating events for para-adaptive athletes. 18 teams from 6 different states travel to southern Wisconsin to play among their peers. That's 8 more teams than last year.
It's also helping to grow their program and getting exposure and understanding what wheelchair basketball is, who can participate, what does it all look like.
And no matter the score, athletes like Megan say they win by meeting others.
Our first year, it was smaller. It's just like, it's not as big as the other tournaments. But now it's so big, and there's players that I know from all across the country that I've met that are coming to my home state of Wisconsin.
Reporting in Verona, Elia Liberté, News 3 Now.
Ellie, thank you. The Madison team has also had a successful past. Many athletes have gone on to the Paralympics, and the coach has brought home gold as Team USA's coach. And coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, the latest on the drone sightings on the nation's East Coast. Plus,
President-elect Donald Trump and his allies attend the Army-Navy game. I'm Cristian Benavides with the latest announcements on who will be joining the new Trump administration.
Hey, all right, Pep's Draft House.
I believe it's Draft Haas.
Draft Haas. I think that's Italian.
Growler Pilsner to go. I gotta get back to Joe's Haas.
Got pizza in the house! Man, I'm glad this pizza's big. We got full Haas.
For pizza with big toppings and even bigger taste, you need to
take it to the house.
When you're gonna pizza, take it to the house. The house. Pep's Draft House.
You expect your healthcare provider to take the time to listen to you, to learn more about you and why you came in. That's the care you expect, and that's the care we deliver at Upland Hills Health. Whether it's in our Dodgeville Hospital or at one of our 7 clinics, our skilled doctors and healthcare professionals personalize care for you and every member of your family. Upland Hills Health Hospital and Clinics, the care you expect, close to home.
This holiday season, when you give the perfect gift from Rogers & Hollins Jewelers, they'll let it show, let it show, let it show. And now, at our Never On Sale sale, brands that never go on sale are 30% off store-wide at Rogers & Hollins.
When you holiday the Bob's way, you never have to haggle to get the lowest price for the best features. And that means I've got stylish sofas in multiple colors with Bobapedic seating for just $3.99 each. Dare to compare at Bob's Discount Furniture.
The holidays.
So happy to get
and holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag and use your red tag bonus cash to get $5,750 total cash allowance on this Silverado. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for staying with us. There are increasing reports of drone sightings in New Jersey, and now New York, as well as Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. The mysterious sights have residents rattled and lawmakers calling for action. The FBI, which is among several agencies investigating, released a joint statement with the Department of Homeland Security saying there's no evidence the reported drone sightings pose a national security or public safety threat. New Jersey Senator Andy Kim spent time with police to get a better idea of what people are experiencing during the growing number of drone sightings in the region.
Sometimes, they appear to be quite low to the ground. They seem like they hovered and weren't necessarily moving, changing some directions.
On Friday, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy wrote a letter to President Biden expressing concern and asking for federal resources to figure out what's going on. President-elect Donald Trump is spending Saturday at the 125th annual Army-Navy football game. Trump is attending with a who's who of prominent Republicans, including his vice president-elect and one of his more controversial cabinet picks. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides reports from Miami.
President-elect Donald Trump and some of his closest political allies attended the Army-Navy football game in Maryland.
That's really great. I think a president should always show up for this game, no matter what party they are.
We're glad to have the president-elect in the House. We may not all agree with everything, but it's good that he's coming to support America's game just like we are.
The president-elect watched the action on the field alongside House Speaker Mike Johnson and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance. Also there, embattled Pentagon pick Pete Hegseth, who faces allegations of inappropriate past behavior, which he denies. The transition team released a statement of support from GOP senators for Tulsi Gabbard, Trump's pick for Director of National Intelligence. Gabbard and several other Trump nominees met with lawmakers this week. Outside the stadium in Landover, fans expressed their hopes for the second Trump administration.
We should have the economy be strong, and we should be safe. And we should embrace immigration. It should be legal immigration.
Saturday, the president-elect named IBM executive Troy Edgar as his choice for Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security. And Trump tapped Devin Nunes, who heads his Truth social media platform, to serve as chairman of the president's Intelligence Advisory Board. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
Also, controversial figure Daniel Penny came to the game and Vance's invitation. This week, Penny, a former Marine, was acquitted of criminally negligent homicide in the death of subway rider Jordan Neely in New York City. And coming up next, Blaze is back with a complete look at your First One forecast when we return.
This storm will be here through the night, as will I.
The December to Remember sales event.
Get special offers on select ES models.
Technology is everywhere, and our kids are embracing it to learn, play, and socialize. But with endless ways to access the digital world, monitoring their screen time can be tough. So SSM Health and News 3 Now created the Time for Kids Digital Playbook. Join us on air and online for stories and strategies to help your family navigate, set rules, and stay safe in the ever-evolving digital age. Let's focus on tech together by taking Time for Kids.
This
is you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you, and you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health, know how much you matter to this world.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
Swipe right.
The December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models.
Get special offers on select NX models.
Well, we are going to continue to be tracking the wintry conditions overnight into early Sunday. A reminder, alert day conditions still last as many of us are sitting underneath a winter weather advisory through at least midnight going into Sunday. And using your First Warn weather app, you can actually turn on those weather alerts by hitting those three little circles when you click the map section and then going to alerts and then clicking on the winter option there, so you can read all about the advisory and when it is allowed to expire and get just as much information really as we get here in the weather studio. We're going to be mild as we look to end the weekend and start off next week, though. This system is actually going to continue to warm us up as it essentially falls apart underneath the high pressure system that's still really dominating the weather right now. This was a very strong high pressure system, and this low pressure system was very weak. So as we continue to make our way into your Sunday, maybe some morning fog as winds turn out of the south and some lingering rain showers. They're going to be on the lighter end and especially further east during the morning hours, but maybe some hit or miss showers as we go throughout your Sunday. Into Monday, another clipper system is going to move through the area, bringing us yet again another chance for some showers. But as winds turn out of the northwest going later into the afternoon, any lingering moisture may turn over to a light rain-snow mix before we get ready for really some light fluffy snow going into Tuesday. So let's jump ahead into Tuesday and kind of track out this little bit of snow that we will see Tuesday night into early Wednesday. It's not going to be a lot of snow, unfortunately. This is going to be on that lighter, fluffy end with minor accumulations. Most of us will probably not even see an inch of snow, but we could be dealing with some flurries as we go into your Wednesday. And some of our long-range models want to bring in maybe some heavier snow Thursday into Friday, but that's kind of getting towards the fantasy land of our extended forecast. So we're going to keep the chance for snow Thursday and Friday of next week on the lower end, just not to get anybody's hopes up, because Tuesday is Christmas Eve. And if you want a white Christmas, not only will those cooler temperatures help if we do get the snow, but that maybe late week snow chance as we go into next week could be the only real shot that we have of keeping snow around to keep it a white Christmas. We're looking at the upper 30s to low 40s tomorrow with scattered rain showers. Overall, though, I think it's going to be kind of more of like a mist, if you will, as we go throughout the rest of our day. And as we look ahead to our temperature trends as we go into that Christmas Eve and Christmas time frame and even beyond that, we have about a 70 to 80% chance of sitting underneath warmer than average temperatures. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Warmer air holds more moisture, which could lead to more of that wet, heavy snow, but it may also mean warmer temperatures where we don't get any snow at all. And if we don't get any snow at all, we'll have added to the number of back-to-back brown Christmases. The first back-to-back was 2002 to 2003, then 2014 to 2015, 2018 to 2019, and again, if we get a brown Christmas this year, it'll be 2023 into 2024. But that, again, is in fantasy land towards the very end of our extended forecast. So we'll keep those snow chances Thursday and Friday of next week on the lower end. Stay with News 3 Now. We'll keep you updated. And then we may see a wintry mix as we go Monday into Christmas Eve as we hang out in those mid to upper 30s once again.
As long as it snows on Christmas, the rest of the days I don't really care about. So how do you feel about a white Christmas versus a brown Christmas?
I think it's just quintessential to associate snow with Christmas.
Yeah.
I will say this, very, very long range has a lot of snow coming after Christmas, so maybe it's going to be a brown Christmas, but we do get some snow to end December. We'll just have to see. But that's just kind of me. Quintessentially, we should have snow on Christmas.
All right, well, sounds good. Thank you, Blaze. And whether or not it will be a brown or a white Christmas, you can stay up to date on the weather on our First Warn Forecast Weather app. It has hourly forecast, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. The Wisconsin State Patrol is stepping up efforts to stop impaired driving. The Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign began Friday and runs through New Year's Day. Last holiday season, there were 393 crashes involving impaired drivers in Wisconsin. Those incidents killed 12 people and injured another 197 others. The State Patrol encourages drivers to put safety first this holiday season and always remember to drive sober. And still ahead, the Bucks lay it all out on the line in Las Vegas. Andrew has the highlights from the NBA Cup semifinals next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hey babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE?
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
Dad, 4 free phones. 4 free phones?
Thanks. Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular.
Insurance costs going up? Erie Insurance has great coverages, rates, and claim service. And your rates won't increase because of celebrity advertising campaigns or sports stadium sponsorships. Call Affordable Insurance Solutions for your auto, home, or business quote and see what Erie Insurance could do for you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When I think about Gruber Law Offices, I think of people who care about their clients.
If I had a question, they always help me.
They are so kind and caring.
You're not just another number with Gruber.
So they really took a lot of weight off of my shoulders.
So they were pretty much the whole package deal for me.
Serving Wisconsin for nearly 40 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on an efficient CR-V hybrid, spirited Accord hybrid, sporty Civic hybrid, and the all-electric Prologue. Don't wait, turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda, named KBB.com's best overall EV and hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Plan your day with meteorologist Savannah Brito on News 3 Now this morning.
Hey, Savannah's here to help plan your day. Hey there.
Today we're going to see plenty of sunshine still, at least
Every morning, Savannah gives you an hour-by-hour forecast to help you plan your day.
We are tracking some isolated showers right now on radar. For the most part, that's moving over Fitchburg. We see a couple of...
Plus traffic. Plan your day with meteorologist Savannah Brito. Weekday mornings starting at 4:30. Only on News 3 Now this morning.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
The digital world is evolving, and our kids are all in.
But it is kind of the Wild West.
So parents, we need to stay on our toes. I'm getting expert tips to help your family stay safe on screens. Catch our Time for Kids digital playbook Monday at 6.
The path to winning the in-season tournament is simple for the Bucks. Win the next 2 games and you win the NBA Cup. The money is all on the table against the Hawks out in Las Vegas. And Giannis, he went all in late in the 3rd quarter. The Hawks, once we get to the video, were flying high. Here we are. Giannis was playing an incredible game. Jalen Johnson, by the way, brings home the dunk. He's from Sun Prairie, gives the Hawks a lead. The Atlanta Hawks getting it going, and then later, Giannis, he has his eyes on the $500,000 prize that you get for winning the NBA Cup. Throws down the jam on Johnson, but Giannis wasn't finished. The Bucks with a 3-point lead late, and the Greek Freak, he took over. Yet another bucket. He finished with 32 points, and Milwaukee advances to the NBA Cup final. They win it 110-102. When the calendar turned to December, Wisconsin basketball was in a perfect 8-0, the 11th ranked team in the country. But in this month, they still have not won a game. Trying to snap that 3-game losing skid in Indy, playing Butler, tied at 14 in the first, and Nolan Winter, he's fluid in Butler. Says, sir, could I trouble you for 3 more? You bet. Winter finished with a career-high 20 points. And then just before half, Badgers up 11, trying to lengthen that lead. Bottoms at the buzzer. Klesmet sends the Badgers to the break with a big lead. And then later, Wisconsin up 10 in the second half. Stephen Crowell, he was cooking. Finishes at the rim. He had a season-high 18 points. Wisconsin gets back in the win column, 83-74. It is on to the Elite 8 for Wisconsin volleyball, and it's the matchup that everyone has had their eyes on. Wisconsin against Nebraska. The nationally televised match in Lincoln is at 2 o'clock tomorrow. The Badgers will look to flip the script. The Huskers have had their number this season. They swept them both in Madison and in Lincoln. Wisconsin men's hockey seems to have fully risen from the dead after beating top-ranked Michigan State last week. They beat number 8 Michigan last night in Ann Arbor. That was a shutout effort. As for tonight, it is tied at 0 in the first period. And we'll finish here with some big Badger football news. The 2nd-ranked tight end in the transfer portal, he picked Wisconsin. Tanner Koziel's 94 catches at Ball State last year were the 4th most among all pass catchers in all of college football, and his 18 touchdowns since 2022 are the most among all FBS tight ends. That's a big get, and if you're trying to get back into the win column, if you're Wisconsin, it starts in the portal in this day and age.
And as someone who was fortunate enough to play the position, quarterback, tight end is always a quarterback's best friend, so getting one of the best in the nation, whoever is going to be the signal caller next year, that's huge for them.
Now the question is, who will be the quarterback? That we still don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious as to whether or not they're going to roll with a recruit or if it's going to be a guy from the transfer portal.
We'll see what happens.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Andrew. All right, a final check of the first one forecast before we head on out.
Yes, if you're watching us, you are underneath the winter weather advisory until 12 a.m. on Sunday. So alert day conditions continue overnight as we're going to be dealing with the threat for ice and a wintry mix. Will be mild with more rain chances as we go Sunday into Monday. Snow chances Tuesday. We'll hang on the 20s to round out next week.
Sounds good, Blaze. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.